Peace, family. It's your brother DesoX, and today I wanted to get into it about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Swan song on this past Sabbath Day weekend. Hey, who y'all is? Who y'all is again? Personally, I hate to hear people. Now, y'all already know I'm not finna play. I'm not finna play. They think they slick. They really thought that they were slick terminating those pages. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, every single platform we had to witness the Swan song, and knowing what the definition or Google's definition of the Swan song is, I'm sure that been some reason why people had, created done some outside manipulation to make it to where it wasn't accessible to people who are not inside the building. They fouled. They really fouled. They really tried it. Knowing this, I mean, this is so anticipated. We had all these people coming, all this anticipation and hype built up for it, and they really tried it. Like, wow, like, y'all really think y'all can stop God's message? But man, from what I seen, man, it was banging, man. But they really failed though. My when I first got on there and I finally got settled in and everything, it was like 5 minutes till, and I was like, okay, maybe the page just ain't ready yet. So I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, maybe the page just really isn't waiting yet. And it's like 1:10 now. I'm like, okay. So my cousin calls me and starts banging my line like, hey bro, where's it at? We was setting ready. His family's ready to watch it, and I'm ready. I'm like, bro, I'm all the way honest with you. I'm not sure. The NOI page is it looks like it's terminated. I don't know. So I asked my coordinator. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm still looking for the page right now. And then I asked my group chat. Everybody's looking for it. And so then um, the NOI's Facebook page, that's the one that finally worked. And then at some point that got terminated too. You think it's a coincidence?
Coincidence? I think not!
I think not too. And then somebody told me that Brother Fontaine Muhammad's page was working. So we got up on there and then it got shut down for a moment. So we caught as much as we could as the Swan song. And man, my phone was out like so many times just to capture every jewel he said. But every second I put it down, it's like, he's giving some more jewels. I just had to record every second of it because there's so many gems that we had to go back and study on it. And man, I really just could not help but get emotional because first of all, let's backtrack and let's just go to the first of it. I have never seen it's rare that you see this many black people in one place, especially a spiritual place, and there's no ill will, no cursing, no harm, nobody's fighting, nobody's getting into it. Like this was so many people. This was Savior's Day. This was so many people here. It looked like it was almost a million is what it looked like. It was packed. Chicago knew what was up. We had so many celebrities. We had Two Chains. We had London on the track. We had Birdman. Who else we had? We had comedian Godfrey. We had Mike Rashad, Cash Money team. Who else we had? Mike Will Made It team there. All them celebrities there. They was donating thousands of dollars there to support the minister because they said, all right, I mean he's done all this work for me. Man, of course I can come off on a little bit of change for the minister. This is the minister we talking about. And then when I love everybody who came up on there, Dr. Wesley, Sister Ava. Um, but when Brother Nuri came up on there and he spoke what he spoke about the minister, I felt it to my core because sometimes Brother Nuri says it in a way that I can just relate to a little bit. I don't know if it's the vernacular or what. I love everybody, but it's just I don't know what the tone or what, but it just did it for me. And every time he spoke a single word about the minister, he was talking about his encounter with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He was talking about his upbringing. He was talking about so many things. So it's like, yeah, he was getting into it, Brother Nuri Muhammad, man. And then what else was it? Then the donations. Brother Nuri was, I don't know what he said. I don't know how he did it, but he was getting those donations left and right. It wouldn't have nothing to do with them. What really cracked me up is some of y'all might remember when they were like, "Is it your money?" Nah, it's not my money. I mean, I would like it, but it's not mine because it was so much money coming in. But back to the message though, man. Uh, First off, the amount of excitement it exuberated from off of the TVs, off of the phones, off of the laptops when the minister walked in and they opened those doors. When you walked in, you could feel the presence. You could feel it even if you wasn't in the room. You could feel the presence. This man was like, "All right, I'm here. All right, family, I'm here. I'm with y'all. We here. We ready." You know, I couldn't help but get emotional. It wasn't nothing anybody had to mention for me to help get emotional. It was a reminder, but I couldn't help but get emotional because this was Jesus. This is the modern day Jesus right here. I mean, this is a man who's dedicated the majority of his life's work towards pulling us out of our worst conditions, pulling us out of our worst conditions, our most wicked self, our most heinous self, coming to the streets and telling us that we're more than just useless because black men have been catching strays. Not just black men, black people, period. But he gave a reminder to black men like, look, as another black man, you are more than just this useless person. He just said, look, it only makes sense. It only makes sense that, you know, they were to convince you that you were this worthless, piece of disposable type of human because you're a God. You're a reflection of God. Psalms 82:6, ye are God's children of the Most High. So it only makes sense that they would, in society make it to where you seem like you were just this useless, disposable person. So I can't help but get a little emotional, man. I mean, this is the Messiah right here, dedicated the majority of his life to bringing us out of our wicked conditions. And so, every time I look at it and I see us cutting up and I see us doing things that are the opposite of our nature, I find solace in knowing that I was alive during the time of the Messiah, the one who had sought to do as close as he could to be just like Christ, to give sight to the blind, life to the dead, make a blind man hear, and he did just that. He did just that. Millions. I don't know anybody else who's ever called for a million black men to show up, and 2 million showed up. He called for 1 million to come in Washington, but 2 million came up. No fights. Nothing broke out. Everything was peaceful. Not, bro. Who y'all know? Who y'all know who summoned them? Who y'all know who had that kind of power? And so, I just think it's kind of like, funny, man, when people question the minister and question the respect we have for the minister. Like, at first I didn't really understand it either because, when I first heard about him as a child, I didn't really pay too much mind to it. But as I grew older and, I seen things and I witnessed things firsthand, and I witnessed how wicked things were for us in society. And even today, when I see my friends, some of us, we still doing in the opposite of our nature. Some of us are still fall victim to the traps that have been led in society. But, you know, um, as a student of his, we can only strive to be like him and spread his word. And, as he said, he's not leaving. He's not leaving anytime soon. He's not dying. That's for certain. But whenever his body does depart and he's no longer to give sermons, he's instructed us to just keep doing what we're doing and do it better. So if anybody's saying anything about the minister now after this Swan song, after the minister, hey, we gonna have to catch hands, bro. We gonna have to lay down, son. Anybody, and disrespectfully, if anybody's saying anything ill about the minister, we gonna have to catch some hands. Man, there was just so much to digest about it. He talked about how Malcolm X. He talked about uh, his relationship to when he found out about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or Malcolm X was trying to create drama between them, and how he had still loved him, and some people were trying to go against Malcolm, but I was disagreeing with him in a way. I still loved you, brother, but I'm not gonna correct you in public and let anybody else see it. I'm gonna pull you to the side and say, look, bro, I don't think you're doing this in the most, respectful manner. I think you go about this in a different way if you're trying to do so, but it's not about, the drama. I'm looking to see if this teacher's gonna lead me closer to God. And what else he talked about? Man, it was just so many jewels, man. He talked about the nature of black men. He talked about Jesus himself. Man, I wish I could have recorded it. Every time he was speaking, man, I just got so emotional. He kept dropping jewels. Every time I dropped my phone, he dropped more jewels, man. Uh, he shouted out brother Ben X. He shouted out brother RZA. So, man, if as soon as the NOY page on YouTube is able to show it, because I know they recorded what they're recording. As soon as they show it, man, I'm gonna be reposting so many different things from it. Man, I just got so much love for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.